Welcome everyone to this week's episode of the Overall Podcast. Today we got some topics on video games, Marvel. I guess you could say overall a lot of things. We hope you find them interesting. Please leave your thoughts, whether you liked the topics, didn't like, what of our opinions, your opinions, anything that you might find to be interesting in the comments below. And we hope you guys enjoy.
What's up, guys? So just a quick announcement before we get into the podcast. This week, I am going to be releasing a clothing line called Mr. Mulligan Golf. It is a golf clothing merch company, and it's just going to be a fun little design. It's right here, I should say. It's going to be right here so y'all can see some of the products, and the link to purchase that will be in the description below. I hope you really like it. It's t-shirts, hats. We're going to be doing some other things in the future with it as well. So I hope you like it. Again, check that out. Sometime this week, I will be dropping it. So just stay tuned to all of our social medias for that. With that being said, Cody and I have also discussed possibly in the near future releasing merchandise for the podcast itself. So definitely want to do hats, polos, t-shirts, and other things like that with the overall podcast logo and some of our stuff on there. So stay tuned. So this week, if you haven't been paying attention, you should have been, because E3 and Bethesda and Xbox dropped some of their stuff, and there's much more to come. When we're recording this, it's still happening, but E3 with Bethesda, they did release pretty much their entire lineup for the year and pretty much next year. A lot to be excited for. Something that me and Cody have been begging for since the beginning of the show was a new game to play. And now they are dumping games on us, which I'm super excited for. Have you gotten to check anything out, Cody?
Not as much as I wanted to. I found myself doing other things this weekend. But I tried to find on Twitter. I know Xbox apparently had the data themselves yesterday. Mm-hmm. And again, I don't know the format, but it sounds like each company has their own day. But
yeah, Bethesda took the first day, I think.
Gotcha. Okay. But they knocked it out of the park, considering Xbox had a tweet thread of like announcements and mostly games. Mm-hmm. And it was like full character link tweet and like 4 tweets. Like that's how many games. So it's kind of like, dang, I really wish we had those in the pandemic while we're all home bored. Mm-hmm. But glass half full, we're about to get bombarded with games, good and bad. It doesn't matter. I just want to,
Yeah, exactly. So the first one I'm most excited about, and I've already expressed this to you. You are, from what you've expressed to me, a little on the line for it, but Battlefield 2042 looks amazing. I'm not liking the price tag, but it looks awesome.
Is it more than normal?
Supposedly on first gen consoles, are the old generation consoles, so PS4s, Xbox One, stuff like that. It's going to be $60 to $70. But on PC and new gen consoles, it's going to be, I think, between 50 and 60.
Weird.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's the rumors.
I'm not the Battlefield 1, which was the I guess their last big one or whatever.
The World War I one.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I just didn't love it. So like, to your point though, whenever you texted me about it and you were like, maybe I don't want a battle royale, I was like, oh, okay, then then your expectations change, because their battle royale was not great. It wasn't bad, but okay. So then it's like, yeah, cool, multiplayer, why not? So yeah, I'm excited, more excited than we texted about.
Yeah, I think, when I look at Battlefield, it's fun because you get the big map experience, you have multiple fighting styles you can go through in one game and not feel like you have to rage quit, because you can just be like, all right, I'm tired of getting shit on up close and personal. Let me hop into a sniper role and let me sit back and pick some people off, or let me hop into an airplane or a helicopter or something like that. Let me be a support role. And I think that, and the multitude of, or I guess I should say the variety of characters you can play, as well as just like the equipment you can use, I think will make me stay engaged longer. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it does. And you're right. It's like, I guess, closest to Call of Duty, but even it's different, which I appreciated on the first one. So I'm excited. I think what other, well, you don't play role player games, but
Yeah.
they dropped a bunch of those. I'm
Yeah.
most curious about. I know that we got a lot of news from Bethesda with Xbox, but again, that's the first one. I want to see how that continues to grow.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We'll
So my next game, or well, first thing I want to touch before we go on to the next game I'm looking forward to with E3 announcements is the touch that Battlefield did with the jetpack jump. I know everybody's talking about it, and if you haven't seen it, it's because you're living under a rock, but boom, post it right here. So anyways, now that you've seen it, if you don't know, in Battlefield 3, a streamer, jumped out of a airplane, caught this on a clip, pulled out a rocket launcher, blows up another airplane, hops back in. This was in Battlefield 3, and then them adding that touch into the gameplay trailer. So sick! I way to listen to your community, for one. You know, and I know you had mentioned this about it too before we move on as well, as you said that you're not happy that EA is still in control of it. Yes.
Well, just that my expectations are never high if
with
EA
EA
is attached to it. Right.
And I get that. But the difference is the DICE team has been around and been doing this a lot longer than the Respawn team. And so it's a little different. So I'd
say their budget's bigger, et cetera, too, their team. Yeah.
I think we get a better game here. But moving on, the next game I'm super excited about is Halo Infinite. I have been begging somebody to make a decent Halo game.
Is it going to be decent?
I hope. There's been so many issues around it already and so many delays and them backing down. And I mean, good, because they're listening to the community and they need to be doing that. So I think that if they actually here's why I think it's going to be good, is that they have had to delay it due to community feedback so many times that if they fail, it will ruin them. It will ruin them. So I don't think they have the ability to fail right now because of how long they pushed it back. But I think it looks great. The game so far looks good. There's not much out, but I am happy that they are confirming it for the holiday season of this year.
Yeah. I'll just quick. My wife actually played Halo competitively as like a 12-year-old, Yeah. So she's been really looking forward to it. I mean, she doesn't game too much now, but I didn't grow up on Halo. I've played them since. I grew up on PlayStation. I was kind of backwards. Now PlayStation is better than Xbox, where it used to not be. I was backwards. But I just found it interesting that it was Twitter, mainly, only Twitter, really, that they were getting flamed and roasted on like the graphics and et cetera. And that was a free forum that they could get feedback. And it was so overwhelming. You knew it wasn't just troll bots, et cetera. And then they did make the right call and delay it. But I just found that's a free, like a game tester that you don't have to pay, or et cetera. I thought that was cool.
One of the things that I hope they did too was they did do what Respawn did and hired professional gamers to help them make the game correctly.
Yeah.
Because one of the reasons Apex was initially so successful is because of all the reviewing and coverage that Shroud gave them. Because if you don't know, Shroud helped make that game. And so it's why it's got the base of greatness that it has. It's just been thrown into the dirt because Shroud no longer helps with it, I think. But,
No. He was complaining about B-hopping being gone. Hence, he put it in. But you can tell he touched it because he loved the movement. To your point, Xbox, Microsoft, etc., they cannot lay an egg on this Halo.
No, they can't.
I'm not a Halo expert. I know the last one because I played it and bought it for my wife. It was you can't have another. It's been way too long. You're gonna basically miss a whole generation of kids.
And I was talking to my dad about how excited I was because 18 years ago in 2003, when I was like 7 years old, I don't even know. My dad surprised me for Christmas with an Xbox, the original Xbox. and Halo for Christmas. And he did it. The funny thing is he did it behind my mom's back because it was rated M for mature. But I had spent every summer playing Halo with my cousin up in down in College Station. And so he surprises me and unfortunately my mom with Halo. So I literally have been knee deep in Halo games since for 18 years. I mean, no way around that. So I'm super excited for this. I really hope they don't miss because literally the last one I had fun playing was Halo 3. I know a lot of people say Reach was amazing. It was good, but it wasn't Halo 3. It didn't have the storyline like Halo 3, 2, and 1 did. So I'm really hoping that they, really knock this out of the park.
Yeah, agreed. What else got you perked up for?
So yeah, my other two honorable mentions. One, I'm a huge Tom Clancy fan. I love a lot of his stuff, his shows, the games, everything. So they do have a new Rainbow Six coming out, which I'm super excited for. I can't remember what it was called off the top of my head now. But there is a new Rainbow Six game coming out. And then an interesting one that I was surprised and was not expecting was Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, the game. It looks super interesting. It looks like you're going to be able to first person play an Avatar character against humans and stuff like that. So it looks rather interesting. I'm kind of intrigued by it. Will I buy it if it's expensive? Probably not, but definitely caught my eye and it's something I probably will watch on Twitch or something. Yeah, Extraction. Tom Clancy's Extraction looks good.
Oh yeah, I was checking it out. You just reminded me. I know you said the Avatar thing, and I don't know if this is a good or bad thing that it reminded me. Did you see the new Marvel? No. Hold on. Marvel, the game got its stuff, but it's not.
Yeah, I did see that.
The Guardians of the Galaxy game.
Yeah, I did see.
I think I texted it to you.
Yeah. I did see you text that to me. I did, and
it looks weird. That's all I'll say. I don't know.
Yeah, the initial look looks bad. I'm gonna be honest.
The characters look bad, but then also I don't know. The whole Marvel's game they just made was kind of blah. So what are they gonna do with one segment of not the whole universe, right? Like Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. Anyway, it's just interesting to see them just trying to rightfully I would too exploit, right? Like that popularity.
Oh yeah, of course. Of course. So yeah, that's my E3 wrap up. I'm really excited about these games coming up. There's obviously more to come, and we'll probably end up going over in next week's episode. So stay tuned for that when we really did deep dive into what happened at E3. Probably break some stuff down. So if y'all have any other games you're looking forward to that you see throughout the week in E3, drop them down in the comments so we can see which ones you're liking, and we'll check them out. And then maybe we'll review the game you're looking forward to. So check that out.
Yes. So speaking of games, existing games that are out, I know if you hate Apex, we're sorry, but we do play it right now. I think it's the best battle royale. That didn't say it's great. I'm just saying it's the best. Yeah. ALGS championships were this weekend. Mostly the finals were yesterday for North America. I actually tuned in. What did I do? I ran an errand in the morning. Actually, hold that thought. I finally got my golf shoes. I don't know. I've been talking about these forever. Okay?
I mean, you got dog shit Nike who uses children to make those shoes, but hey, this look cool.
Hey, in this country, I'm against child labor. All right, my iPad would be too much money.
There you go.
No, but I just love those. Those are golf shoes.
Yeah, those are cool.
Air. Yeah, man. They finally got my size, and actually the store didn't.
That's clean.
The area had it. So yeah. So anyway, I ran that errand, came back, mowed at noon, which was very stupid on my part. It was like 99 degrees, and I was exhausted. So I literally kicked back and just turned on Twitch and just watched it. It was an awesome day. I don't know how much. I think we kind of talked about it. I don't think you watched it as intently as me, but if you catch who won, I know it was a team that not a lot of people had heard of.
Yeah. K and G got first.
Yeah. And
what's that about?
So I actually don't remember their names. They placed, etc. They deserve to be there, of course, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
But if you guys check out the Liquipedia page and you're like, wait, how do they have? I think they won 58, 59 points. And then most teams right behind them in a cluster had more points than them. So they did the tournament in a match point bracket format. There we go. Meaning, after you hit 50 points, any team, and so let me explain it like this. To win the tournament, you had to have 50 points, and then after getting 50, you had to win a game. Okay. So TSM had 50 points on the dot after game 3. But then they didn't win another game. They got second like twice. It was insane. C9, I think, was the second team up of 50. Team. And it was TSM, C9, and some other team. They were the only two that could win. They both lost. What are the odds of that? 2 out of 3 in the last circle, and they both lose.
Jeez.
So I think it went 10 games. 10 games. It was insane.
Is that something that they're happy about? I saw. I haven't watched it yet, but Hal put on YouTube how we got third in ALGS. I did not watch it, so I want to watch it now to see what he thinks, because that's interesting. Because that seems a little unfair.
It's certainly not representative of the best team, right? Like if you go off kills, points, and placement, C9 and then TSM are first and second. And the team who, quote, won is, it's down there. I think they're still top 10, but I don't know. I don't mind it. It is different, right? However, for that much money, it was like 700 grand split 3 ways, or more than that, maybe even almost $1 million. But like that much money, the big shebang, probably the biggest tournament of the year, and there's not going to be one for a long time. I don't think that's where you do it. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But it was communicated beforehand. I just thought it was weird. But I don't know. It was NRG came into it. So I guess the last time they had quarterfinals, they got placement points. So like NRG was first coming in and had 10 points starting out, like given 10 points already. Okay. So, and then TSM was second with 9, et cetera. And it went down. And then NRG, I think, finished like 8th or 10th or 9th. They didn't win a game, and they didn't do very well. So that was kind of shocking. Yeah. Wow. But it was fun to watch. Nice Wig and Daltouche were like doing their own little casting, and Noko. Yeah. I don't tune into the official ones when those kind of guys are doing their own.
Yeah, definitely. I like Daltouche when he's casting, because he's just like, he's the guy that you wish would cast the sports you watched when you were growing up, He's
cool.
Yeah.
He's so salty that A, he doesn't have a blue check mark. He always on Twitter, he always tweets about it. And B, he never gets drops or gifted subs from Play Apex, and they don't follow him or retweet him. But he gets a lot of, I think he had 18,000, 19,000 viewers yesterday, which is massive for him. He's a good sized streamer. Oh my God. And did you see how he peaked at 90 something thousand? 90, bro. For him, he was like the top guy on all of Twitch for like an hour. It's insane.
Jeez.
More than XQC, more than Shroud, more than Summit. Anyway.
That's ridiculous.
Courage JD tweeted like, tag 100 Thieves. Yo, Apex is lit, because it got so many viewers. So who knows? Nice Wig's been wanting to get with that.
Oh man, so we'll and if 100 Thieves got Nice Wig, that would be the best fit ever. Nice Wig has the perfect personality for 100 Thieves. Like, I think No Coco Puff,
nice guy, right?
No Coco Puff has the perfect personality for FaZe. He would work perfectly in FaZe.
Yeah, FaZe is never introduced into Apex, which is weird. Of course, you can just be a content creator and play whatever you want. So, because that would be him mostly. Yeah, it was fun, man. It was a good day. It was, watch what Hal says. I saw him tweet today. Like, his tone wasn't like we lost because of this format. Like he said, we had 2 games. We finished second after that. Yeah, we could have won easily.
Yeah, so they still failed to close out. They still do. Yeah. They still failed to do their part. They had every opportunity to win. Yeah.
Yeah. But he was disappointed with the format in the future. It was actually funny. Last thing I'll say on it, Daltouche. Oh, back to my point about him. He was just ranting on Play Apex about how they weren't in his channel, even though he had 20,000 viewers. Yeah, it was just F him, we don't need him. Like he's a funny guy.
Yeah, I love that.
He's not great all the time, but
I love that about him. But at the same time, it's like, bro, complain much.
Mm-hmm.
you have 20,000 viewers and you're still finding something to complain about.
Yeah, you can tell that's kind of his personality.
Yeah, for sure.
Works for him though. Good Lord. I'd hate to see him happy.
Yeah, right.
Oh, and Wig went off about how he's called a sellout because he's so happy. And anyway, so last game, final three teams. I think one or two of them were in match point. I think the last game had 6 or 7 teams that could have won. So like almost half. So, and that's another thing. After TSM hit 50 points in game 3, they were literally getting landed on. Okay. Like whatever happens, TSM cannot win this game. They were getting just full sent inted with Revenants, like just whatever you do, kill them. So, but the last game specifically, there were so many, it didn't matter. But Daltouche, I was watching him and Wig flipping back and forth. And they didn't know K&G was at the threshold, right? Like I said, they came out of nowhere. Nobody really knows them or the team name. And they were like, okay, they were at match point. Okay, they're dead. He's like, guys, we got a game. You got another game. Heck yeah. They were celebrating because they didn't know that K&G was at the threshold. It kind of spoke to. They literally came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's awesome because I do love a good underdog story. But at the same time, it just shows the toxicity that is Apex Legends that people will literally throw an entire match just because they don't want TSM to win. And it's like those people who are like at the finish lines and they're like, yeah, I got this. I got boom. And the person who never gave up to cheer saying I won ends up beating them, and it's kind of like,
yeah,
shoot yourself in the foot a little too soon there. Seems like.
I've always said the game is set up by design for third parties, and it is. I think they've admitted that. But this tournament is designed for that kind of behavior, Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the answer without diving into it, but it was just weird to watch.
It's toxic. It's a toxic behavior.
Game 5 or 6 after a couple games. Now, it was probably game 5. So after they got into it on a little bit, they switched it up completely. I think Hal was on Gibby.
Mm-hmm.
Snipe was on Valkyrie. And
oh, wow.
Reps was on, I forgot. But anyway, completely 3 different because they were like, maybe they won't recognize us, like hoping. I don't know. But it was fun. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, man.
Well, more to come with it. So hopefully we'll see what the feedback is from this.
Yeah, NRG didn't do well at all. I don't know. Do you watch Sweet Dreams ever?
Mm-mm.
Okay. He's growing his Twitch stream a lot. He used to just kind of be known for competitive only kind of deal. And I think Hal was the same way. And Hal was telling him like, dude, just stream them, right? Like it's free money. Look at Hal, got 100,000 viewers almost. You know how much money that is? Like you're playing the game anyway. So, but he was on today because he was, I'm sure their mentals are not in a great place, but he's doing like a bronze to master's queue, probably to take his mind off of it and get some good viewers because he's got like 15,000 viewers.
Yeah.
And he's been playing with these 2 kids. Apparently he met on one of his Smurf accounts. And you can hear their voice barely. They're kids, like 8.
Yeah.
And they have no idea who he is. He even added them on NRG Suite just now after playing for like 6 hours with them in ranked and said, like, because he wanted to show them their skins. That's how young they are, like his gold skins. And he's like, I got to log into my other account. They have no idea what NRG Suite is. They know his name's Sweet. And it's so good. It's such good content.
That's good content. That's good content. Great. I love that.
So, yeah, a little bounce back for NRG there. But,
yeah.
I'll close out on something not video game related. I know that is probably our biggest talking point, but just real quick, go Vols. Anybody following the College Baseball World Series, it's been very exciting. Now I am biased because my team is doing very well at it.
Yeah.
We went Arkansas. We have since we got robbed by them in the SEC championship. And for some reason, the state of Arkansas thinks that they can talk down to people, which is just blasphemy. I have no idea what is in the state of Arkansas, and I don't want to know.
In fact, did you know that they're the only SEC football team to not beat A&M yet?
I don't doubt that. I don't, and use that term SEC football very loosely there. Okay, we threw them in the 90s, but come on.
Yeah. Well, I guess
so
I'm looking forward
to that.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. And Arkansas does have a good baseball team, just like Vandy, which makes up for their shortcomings. we're usually a football school, but they suck so bad. I think they packed like 30,000 people at our baseball stadium. They had to like bust in bleachers. It was insane. There was a tailgating line. Yeah. Just imagine. Oh my God. Just imagine if we get good at football. But we beat LSU back to back, best 2 out of 3, but we just, I think there's no run rules. We beat them like 14-5 yesterday. Just beat the brakes off of them. That was fun.
Yeah. So we'll see. You always love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Tennessee's got a fantastic chance to win this thing. They look really, really good. Their hitters are going crazy.
Dude.
Yeah, their bats are nice.
2 home runs a game almost every other game. It's insane. Really.
Yeah, the bats are nice. It's a good World Series. I'm happy that it's actually been a good one to watch, because Arkansas, as much as you hate them, Arkansas has even had a hell of a run at this. So you got to give credit where credit's due. And I think Ole Miss made a run at it too. Mm-hmm. There's been like 4 SEC teams making a run at this, right?
Yeah, LSU, we just knocked out. Mm-hmm. I think it's basically the best 4. So yeah, but I'm excited. I don't know. Tennessee has a chip on their shoulder, because rightfully so. We're not taking, we're not a baseball threat historically. So I get that, but those players are like, LSU's coach basically said remarks about Knoxville months ago. Mm-hmm. I think it was COVID related about masks. Don't quote me on that, but I think. But more of the story is he apologized right before the series about his comments, derogatory comments against Knoxville. He knew it was coming. Like, I'm just saying, and the same with Arkansas. We did get cheated out of a play that could have won the game in the SEC tournament against Arkansas. So, like, if they keep that there, you're right. It's going to be even better because there's already some hostility.
Yeah, it's going to be a good tournament.
Yeah, I'll tune in for the first time in, I guess my life.
That's
first one I watched. So.
Right.
Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe below. We appreciate all of the follows. Thank you very much.
Yeah, guys, and don't forget that the merch will be coming out this week for the Mr. Mulligan Golf, and then later this week we'll be getting together to get the overall podcast merch out as soon as possible. So if you can't buy it, share it so your friends can take a look at it as well. And don't forget to follow us on all of our social medias across all the platforms: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok especially. Check that out. We're pretty much up there all the time uploading videos. So stay tuned for more, and we'll see you next time.